Preach, 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 preach the word. Preach to those bones. Preach to the toe bone. Connect with the feet bone. When the feet bone connect to the ankle bone connect to the leg bone. The leg bone connect to the thigh bone. The thigh bone connect to the hip bone. The hip bone connect to the backbone. Somebody shout yes to become a natural man. Preach the word. Preach the word to all those bones. Come together. Look at your neighbor and say something good can come out the hood. I'm so glad. Oh, Jesus. I got to close. But one thing, I want you to know, young people, when you go to school tomorrow, when they say you're going to fail, you're going to miss the FCAT, you're going to be slow, you're going to stay back, you let them know, I might don't be what you are, but I got a Father who can take me and make me something beautiful. I got a daddy that's going to bring me out of the hood. Shout yes! Oh, Jesus. In my closing. Why are you preaching? You keep on preaching. Speak to the winds. Speak to the waves. Speak to those children. Speak to those demonic forces. Cast them out. And one thing, I know the devil don't want to hear it, but we can command him and we can cast him out of our children's mind. We can cast him out of our children's way. Yet everybody else is up there. Your children may seem like they may be a little slow, but when Jesus come in, while they're taking the FCAT, he can maneuver the pen, give them the right, y'all ain't saying much, he can write the right answers, he can maneuver the pen that way they didn't study, but as long as you keep them in prayer, they will pass. Somebody say yes. So where I couldn't pass, where maybe I was slow, where maybe I couldn't work, and maybe I couldn't think, but I thank God that he came into my hood and make something beautiful out of my life. Say yes. They told Ezekiel, you might as well stop preaching. We don't want to hear it. They tried to ignore him. They tried to stone him. But I want to encourage you, Pastor. I want to encourage you, Bishop, and all the other clergymen of the gospel. Preach. Preach anyway. Preach. Preach the word. You might as well go home and preach. Even if they don't want to hear it. Forget about the folks. Preach. Don't worry about how they look at you. Preach. Don't worry about how they talk about you. Let the talkers talk. Let the liars lie. Let the backbiters backbite. Preach. 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 Yeah. Paul told Timothy, he said, preach the word. Be instant in season. When they love it, be instant out of season. When they don't want to hear what you got to say, rebuke, and exalt with all long suffering. Something good is going to come out that hood. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care where you came from or what you've been doing or who you've been doing it with. or who you been doing it to. I don't care. Something good can come out your hood. Shout yes. Neighbor, and say, neighbor, I'm coming out of the old hood. I'm walking into a new hood. Shout yes. You might be, I don't care who you are. You might be a junkie. You might be a crackhead. You might be a prostitute. You might be a pimp. You might be a liar. You might be a lead. You might be a homebreaker. You might be a sissy. You might be a lesbian. You might be a homemonger. You might be an adulterer. But something good can come out your hood. Something good is going to come out your hood. I'm getting ready to close. I'm closing my Bible. But let me tell you something. You can't worry about what the people say, because the people is going to say what they want to say. If you drive a loan car, they're going to say you're stealing the money. If you drive a short car, they're going to say you're cheap. If you're saying there, if you drive a nice car, you robbing the folks. Y'all ain't saying much to me, but let me tell you something. If you hang around folks, they'll say you're fresh. If you stay away from folks, you stuck up. If you live in a big house, y'all ain't helping me. You think you're somebody. If you're living in a small apartment, you ain't nobody. Y'all ain't saying much. But one thing about it, if you preach a long message, you're long-winded. You preach a short message, ain't got no message. But I heard the word of God say, if my people that are called by my name shall humble themselves, if my people which are called by my name will humble themselves, get on down, get prostrate before the Lord and seek my face and pray and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven. I'll forgive their sin. I'll heal their land. Say yes, yes, yes. Everybody stand to your feet. Everybody stand.